Yes, Wigan and Central Park's rich association with the Challenge Cup, seen in the staging of over 28 semi-finals. But a first today for the club and the town's new stadium. Our first visit, and good support from both teams for that visit. What a match in prospect. Two teams renowned for their flowing style of rugby, and players with a £5 million price tag on them. Saints coach Ian Millward delayed his selection until he'd studied the ground condition an hour ago, and he opted for the experience of Anthony Sullivan on the wing ahead of promising youngster Steve Hall. And Saints followers will breathe a sigh of relief to see skipper Chris Joynt in that lineup after passing a fitness test on an ankle injury, again just an hour ago. A huge gamble though from Leeds coach Dean Lance. Lacking a scrum half, he switches in-form wing Carl Pratt to the half-backs and introduces teenager Mark Calderwood onto the wing. No Senior and no Sheridan, both out injured. And up front, he restores Kevin Sinfield to his natural position there at loose forward, and he's forced to leave Bradley Clyde, the Aussie, on the substitutes bench. And another shock on that substitutes bench. 18-year-old Jason Netherton called in for his debut late last night after an injury in training to Jamie Jones Buchanan. Many match winners in both of these two sides, but none more so, Jonathan, than I think, than Leeds' Tony Carroll and Saints' Tommy Martin.
Yeah, the players to watch. Tommy Martin, he's a very important player in the St Helens setup. He's the link between the forwards and backs, and has a great partnership with Sean Long. His strengths, his ability to hold the ball in two hands, get his hands free and offloads. The occasional big hit, and he's very deceptive. He doesn't look the quickest, but he's very clever and very aware. He knows he's going to get run down here by the Huddersfield defender, but he dives early. He knows the conditions and he'll slide over. Tony Carroll, the new signing from Brisbane Broncos for Leeds. He's a tremendous asset for them in attack and defence. So powerful. Watch him, he just breaks through the first line defence, hands off and commits tacklers all over the place. And when he's near the line, his strength is awesome. He slips out of Adrian Bowles' tackle, who's a great defender, and scores. Also in the World Cup final, he pushes McDougall off and runs in for the try in the semi-final. Great asset.
Well, a long, hard road to Twickenham for both of these sides, but a magnificent win over Wigan there in round 4, giving the Saints the confidence to kick on to today's semi-final. And a fine win too for Leeds over Hull at the Boulevard. 2 tries from man of the match Bradley Clyde before they could contemplate today's encounter. And a terrific encounter in prospect. When a player arrives at the semi-final stage, he's often at his most nervous. 80 minutes away from Twickenham. The worst round to be dismissed from a tournament, Jonathan.
Yes, you know, he's so close, but yet so far away. And I remember losing against St Helens in the semi-final. It's the worst feeling in the world. But these sides have been to Wembley. They know what it's all about, and they both want to go back there. I think Saints, you know, a tremendous boost with Chris Joynt being declared fit, and 2, I think, hammer blows for Leeds. Sheridan hasn't recovered, and Keith Senior, who's in a rich vein of form this season, you know, he's not playing as well through injury.
Yes, many seasoned campaigners in that St Helens side. Newell, Martin, Cunningham, Iro, Sullivan, and that man there leading them out, Chris Joynt. They really do know what a big occasion is, and in recent years they've certainly been in them. The grand finals, the World Club Challenge matches, and a big crowd of Saints supporters come over that Billinge hilltop that separates Wigan and St Helens. But a very even contest to decide.
Very even. I think St Helens are playing with a lot of confidence, and even last week when they were staring defeat in the face against London Broncos, they come good. And Kieran Cunningham forced over. He's another huge player, and they seem to turn it on for the big matches.
Justin Harris, a winner's medal against London Broncos in '99, and a runners-up medal against Bradford last year, playing in his customary standoff role, and I'm sure he'll be looking to delight those Leeds Rhinos fans and upset those Saints fans if he can. One player who will really play a big part.
Yeah, I think it's forwards. There's Tommy Martin, and the battle with Yeston will be, be significant in who wins this match. But I think it's up front that it all starts, getting good yardage and setting a platform for these tremendous halfbacks.
2 Cup winners' medals already for Saints skipper Chris Joynt, 96 and 97 against Bradford. Both players been troubled with leg injuries, but intensive physio during the week has overcome the problem. Referee Russell Smith was in charge of Leeds Cup final appearance in '95. A former player who invariably has a good rapport with the two sides. And a referee really, Jonathan, who's not afraid to take some harsh decisions.
No, as long as he penalises them very early in the game, holding down so we get some momentum in the game, because I think there's all the ingredients of being a classic encounter. Some tremendous players on the park. Hopefully the rain will stay away and the pitch won't cut up too much.
Well, as Jonathan mentioned, rain, we had torrential downpour this morning, but around about 1 o'clock it relented. The pitch was quite wet, but it's quite firm now underneath and drying rapidly. Good long kick for Leeds. Saints then in the red and white strip in possession. Leeds again in customary colours of the blue and the yellow. Sonny Nicol playing in the prop forward position. Big, powerful pack, this St Helens side. Saints 15 cup finals to their credit. Leeds 18 cup finals, and Leeds in the ascendancy in the meetings in the tournament itself. Leeds in fact winning the last 2 encounters. Oh, good, strong, surging run there from Cunningham. Watch him from the acting half-back position. Brett Mullins not had too many chances to display his running prowess in the cup matches we've seen so far, Jonathan. Brett Mullins, the Aussie.
No, unfortunately he got injured against Castleford, but this will be a great surface for him, and they know they'll have to close him down, because once he gets into open space he is exceptionally quick.
A lot of youngsters in this Leeds side.
And that's the first high tackle of the afternoon. Here we go, Andy Hay takes it in, bang. Scully, not that bad, but I hope he stamps it out very, very quickly in the game so we can get a great, exciting match.
Leeds then on the attack, flaring. Matt Diskin recovered from a bruised shoulder. Pratt in that half-back position. Did play at standoff for a long time with Featherstone Rovers before signing for Leeds. Harris to Anthony Farrell. Oh, good run from Farrell. Well taken though. Good tackling there from Shields and Joynt, but
this will be interesting to see and watch. He tries to get up to play the ball, and it's Chris Joynt's arm there. I don't think he knew the ball was behind him and just moved his arm and took the ball. So unfortunate for Chris Joynt, but again it was a penalty interfering.
Referee Russell Smith showing his firm discipline around the play the ball area. And I think it is interesting, Jonathan, that even at this early stage, less than 3 minutes played, Harris is going for goal.
Well, semi-finals are, usually close encounters, and the quality of these two sides, it could be, just a couple of points in at the end. So any points that are given to you, you've got to take them.
And a very big goal haul in this tournament so far. Not the most difficult of kicks, but a barrage of noise behind those posts. Really unnerving. Oh, it does. Well, I don't think I've quite heard such a noise facing a goal kicker. It certainly had an effect on Yassine Harris.
Yeah, well, the noise was deafening, and it certainly put him off because he did pull it. He's got to just use that, use the aggression coming from the spectators just to focus his mind, and that's 2 points, easy 2 points missed.
Leeds still forcing the game to St Helens. Pratt again already linking up there at first receiver, making good use of the forwards. Well, Dean Lance said he got grey hair. He's already on that walkie-talkie. Harris, Andy Hay. Good chance here for Hay. Oh, knock on. Chance gone begging there. Good break down that left-hand side.
Yeah, good fend. He fends him off first and gets his left hand free. Maybe Carl Pratt had one eye on Paul Wellers there, but just got on the outside. He did defend very, very tight there, St Helens, and he got on the outside of them.
Leeds with a lot of youngsters in this side. Jonathan, you would have expected that they would have started nervously, but they haven't.
Well, Barry McDermott's had a big game so far. He's taken the lead for them, and they're just following him.
Interesting statistics there from the pack weights and the size of this St Helens pack. I don't think I can remember a bigger St Helens pack.
Yeah, there's Smith. Look at him, looking to the right of him. They're way offside. He did call him. Tackle was made, penalty.
And Richard down there on the bench.
Yes, I think it's clear that the conditions today won't really suit either side. There's not a breath of wind inside the ground. It's stopped raining now, and Dean Lance said before the kickoff that he'd have preferred hard, fast conditions, but so too, I guess, would St Helens.
David Furley crashing down the middle. Oh, superb run there from Furley. One of the big men I was talking about, 6'4", Cunningham. Sculthorpe not be very happy with that.
This is the knock-on. Should have taken it. But here he goes, there he goes, Scunthorpe. But just before that, Fairley's break just got on the outside of Fleary.
Rats to feed the scrum. Harris to receive, and Martin not giving him an inch, moving up very, very quickly. Be an interesting battle between those two scrum halves. Harris possibly the greater tactician, Martin an individual, a solo artist.
It'll be interesting to see what Carl Pratt does from scrum half, because what he does, he's got great pace, and maybe he can use that, you know, from the base of the scrum and just scoot up, because it takes a little bit of pressure off Iestyn Harris.
Well, he's certainly been in good try-scoring form. Oh, and here's a chance, but Sculthorpe now then, has he got the pace to outrun the wingman? I think he's got it, yes he has! Oh, and Sculthorpe is in for the first try of the afternoon. He snatched the ball from nowhere. He's been out for 6 weeks with a broken jaw, only returned against the London Broncos last week, much to the delight of those St Helens fans. Saints 4, Leeds 0.
And the first mistake of the afternoon, Barry McDermott started well, but he tries to offload blind. Watch it. He offloads blind, and it's well read by Paul Sculthorpe. Just back from injury, puts his foot down, and there he goes. Gets over, slides over. Calderwood there, and a great attempt to come from the wing. Watch this. What he does, he tries to offload between the legs, and it's great reading of the play there by Sculthorpe. Head back, and it's just a foot race. And Calderwood, watch, he's coming here from the right-hand wing. Just great effort to get there, but a fend and just gets there. Great opportunities.
Good handoff there from Paul Sculthorpe. It was a good effort from Calderwood, wasn't it?
Great effort of Calderwood. He chased back, and you know, really, he shouldn't have got anywhere near him.
Sean Long with the conversion attempt, and Long is successful. So St Helens, having weathered the storm in those opening 5 or 6 minutes, take the lead, 6 points to 0.
And that's what Saints are good at. You know, they've been on the ropes, they've been cut down, and all of a sudden it's a loose ball, and he's on it. And it's just like I said, a foot race now. Calderwood comes into shot there. Here he comes. He's coming across. There he is. Last-ditch attempt, but he just can't get a Sculthorpe.
As I said, Leeds have beaten St Helens in the last 2 Challenge Cup matches they played against, and also in the last 2 semi-finals. So St Helens with much to prove this afternoon. Cunningham to Sonny Nicol. Although we had plenty of rain this morning, the pitch quite firm, has dried out. And looks to be plenty of running in these St Helens forwards. Cunningham again. This is Cunningham's forte. Immensely powerful player from the acting half-back position. Always makes 2 or 3 defenders keep around him. Martin. Sean Long. Oh, that's a good kick, sending Cummins back. Well judged. And good support from Iro and Skulkorp again.
Yeah, good chase. It's, you know, with a hard surface, the ball could bounce anywhere, so it's he's got to be wary of the ball bouncing back over his head when there's such a good chase.
Sinfield. Diskin. Harris again, determined to play St Helens in their own 20-metre area. Paul Wellens. Local lad, just 20 years of age. Sensible play there, just run it out gently. No need for heroics. Anthony Sullivan, his position, been under a little bit of pressure from youngster Steve Hall, but selected today. Experience, I think. Peter Shields.
One thing with Sullivan, you know, if you do get half a chance and a break, he's going to be on your shoulder.
Long, looking for the forward on his shoulder. Finds David Furley.
Good defence again. Fleary's there. They try to have 2 runners on the inside. Here he goes. Cunningham maybe takes him off the ball a little bit, but recovers well, and it's a knock on. Loses control.
Keep it 5, mate. Stay, Peter, get in.
Leads Carl Pratt to feed.
And nobody watching this game more intently than Bradley Clyde, just off the Leeds bench, warming up now, the Australian star. He's had a big impact so far on the Rhinos campaign in this competition, and you can be sure that he'll be on the pitch, well, maybe within the next 10 minutes or so.
I think a lot will depend, really, how well this experiment goes of bringing Pratt into the scrum half row. At the moment, though, it's the Leeds pack who are trying to command.
And Barry McDermott offloading again. He's not scared to do it, is he?
Harris, that's a good ball up to Sinfield. Now then, they've got an overlap out wide here. Good cover tackling there by Sean Long. He tracked across the back, never let Sinfield out of his sights. Harris. Difficult ball. Leeds have picked it up. Now then, Mr. Smith allowed play on. I thought for 1 minute he was going to rule a knock on.
This will be interesting. The upper end that goes up. Does anyone get a touch of the ball? Well, I thought that Tommy Martin got his hands to the ball there, and it should be another 6 for Leeds, but...
Well, he's ruled a handover, a knock-on by Leeds, I think, the final player. Whatever, we're back in action. Sonny Nicol.
It'll be interesting to see if we can see that again from that upper end, to see if Tommy Martin does get a touch on it. And they've given a penalty away now, so giving away field position.
Again, another good kick downfield. Martin, Long, Harris. 2 or 3 of the better kickers in rugby league.
Here you go, you look at it there, it's difficult to see there. I think he attempts to catch that. There's a slight knock on there with Calderwood though as well.
Saints going down that left-hand side. Fitzjohn loses the ball. Good attempt at bursting down his favourite left channel from the St Helens skipper. He certainly saw some tries in recent years with that.
And a good tackle here, Calderwood again. He goes in and just, you know, takes Joint's hand away and forces the knock on.
No problem. Stay in, Peter Shields. Stay.
Leeds under pressure then, but in possession. Harris. Ooh, Nowhere to go. St Helens, as you notice, packing that midfield defence, crowding Harris, trying to put almost a barbed wire fence around him. Oh, but this is good here now from the two youngsters. They've got space out wide here to Francis Cummins. Cummins has got Wellens to beat. Good tackle, but there's Mullins. Terrific play from Leeds here now. Has he got the support? Yes, he has. Here's a chance for Calderwood. He's got it down. Oh, sensational try. Absolute sensational try for Leeds. Right from the one end of the pitch, beating man after man. But the key to it all was the support play, Jonathan.
A great try. A superb running by Calderwood. Although the play was on the other side of the field, his support was superb. This is where the break is made. Chev Walker's power and pace just breaks. I think he gave the ball a little bit too early there. And Wellens made a superb tackle, but there he goes. Cool head. He just holds up there and look for support. And watch who's there, the right winger who supported him. Superb try.
And it was the youngsters who were involved in that.
And that's what makes the try. He sucks the defence in and releases Chev Walker. Gives a little bit too early there. Superb tackle by Wellens. But there he comes, Mullins, cool head, good awareness, good vision, gives it a Calderwood. Newlove tries to get him back, and that's a brilliant try.
And that's a good goal. So we're all square here at the JJB Stadium, and what a try. Surely that will be one of the tries of this Challenge Cup tournament. Saints 6, Leeds 6.
Yeah, what happens here, he just steps up and goes. All of a sudden, you know, the power to push him off, and he just goes, throws it too early, but the support play is absolutely fantastic. Watch this, the awareness, the vision of Mullins. It's Calderwood just to finish it off.
A try though, Jonathan, begun by a youngster, finished by a youngster, but that experience of Mullins was necessary to slow the play down and bring the support play to him.
But it was all started by Sinfield. What he did, he stepped and then sucked the defence in.
And I think he's ruling a knock-on.
I didn't need to look, Baz. He touched it. Have a look now.
No, we can see it.
Yeah.
Barry McDermott's arguing that it was knocked out of his grasp, but referee Russell Smith having nothing to do with it. Martin then, Sculthorpe pushes it out wide. Sean Long. Oh, he's got pace. So has this man Sullivan if he can get away. Good tackle. Good covering again by Sinfield. Joint. Cunningham. Sonny Nickel. St Helens looking to reply straight away. It's all action here at the JJB. We said that these were two entertaining sides. They both move the ball around. Peter Shields can't offload that pass. Good clamping of the ball there by Andy Hay. 10 metres from that Leeds line. Good show, he's missed it. Francis Cummins picks up. Little bit too over-elaborated there, I think, from St Helens. This half-back combination of Pratt and Harris settling down, giving the more experienced Long and Martin some work. Interesting there, Jonathan. Just shows how much these two teams do move the ball around. They've not completed.
No, well, they're a very open, you know, expansive kind of size, and sometimes mistakes happen.
Sean Hoppy, Kiwi test winger. Paul Wellens. Well, a full-back shouldn't be having to take the ball away there at first receiver. Needs a big forward. Here is one, Sonny Nickel. But good tackling, certainly. Farrow and Fleary there getting up into the face of this St Helens pack. They need to. David Furley. All quiet on the St Helens front. Chris Joint. Bursting away, good pass to Martin. Well covered.
Yeah, knew he didn't have the speed to get away, and a lovely little kick. And as I said, Sullivan was there. I'm impressed with this young lad at the moment. Mark Calderwood, you know, he's working very, very hard, and he's been rewarded with a superb try.
Well, he picked up 40 tries in the academy last season, just being brought in gradually this year. And it's the...
Yeah. Tommy Martin's been penalised. Watch him, I think he drops with the knees here. He's on the floor and he comes in. Watch him, Tommy comes in, bang, knees in the kidneys. Not very nice.
Yeah, I think more or less he's just trying to delay the play. He's trying to keep the player down so that Leeds can't get a quick play of the ball. But here they are again.
Yeah, we've got to do it with keeping your knees out.
Carl Pratt, Fleary. Having a good opening 20 minutes is that Leeds prop. Pratt again, and Harris combining well in midfield. That's a good ball to Walker. Oh, Walker's going through. Takes 4 men to tackle the youngster. Still Leeds a metre from that line. Harris again, directing operations to Pratt. Steps inside. Pratt going for the line. Good tackle.
Great tackle.
Terrific tackle from Sonny Nicol. But still the pressure on St Helens. Harris trying to step. A dangerous ball, but Leeds pick it up. I think he's injured. On the... Pratt. Well, Peter Shields, 6'5", had to bend low for that. 20 minutes gone, still 6 apiece. Sean Long to Kevin Iro.
Tony Carroll, the Leeds centre, in serious trouble out of the touchline in that tackle. It was a half-hearted tackle, but he appeared to go down awkwardly and hurt his leg. He's being led back now. Looks as though he might be able to run it off.
Sean Hoppy.
It'd be a big blow for Leeds if Tony Carroll can't keep on playing.
Wellens. Well, Tony Carroll suffered a nasty head knock last week. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, it just catches his foot on it.
Quick tap. You can do that now under the new rules this season. Oh, and Tony Carroll didn't look too happy with that pass. I think he was still recovering. He doesn't look too good, does he? No, he doesn't.
No,
he's having a feel at that injury. That would be a big blow. But he's a brave lad. He went crashing into the advertising hoarding against Wigan last week. But he's treading gingerly, gritting his teeth.
There's a steal of the ball coming up here first of all. There he is, and watch, if you keep that going, there's a smash. Oh! I hope... There was definitely a punch in there. He wasn't happy that the ball had been ripped from him, Peter Shields, and he didn't miss him. The ball is taken away from him, and then he goes in and watch his swing of the arm. Bang, doesn't miss.
Well, I would think that Barry McDermott is certain to be cited this week by the disciplinary panel. And that is a very nasty injury. No need for that whatsoever.
The thing is, you know, he's penalised Barry McDermott now.
So, Peter Shields then, coming on the... well, I thought he was going to go on the substitute bench. He'll certainly go down there and have some stitches. I think we might see him back somehow. But it puts St Helens on the attack. Matautia driving in. Matautia, the substitute, coming on for Sonny Nicol. Kevin Iro charging to the corner. Oh, he can't get that ball down. Just look at Francis Cummins underneath there. Superb play from the experienced wingman. Put his body underneath Iro. He knew he possibly had a couple of stone ahead of him. He wanted him to come down on him.
It's very difficult to stop this guy from 20 yards, let alone 4 yards. That's a great attempt. Chev Walker takes his legs. Cummins goes below his body for the ball. There's 4 massive players playing in the centre. You go Chev Walker, Tony Carroll, Kevin Iron and Neil Love. Big guys.
Matautia, a big guy, gets it to Chris Joynt. Here's a chance for Joynt. He gets the ball out to Martin. A beautiful pass to Sean Long. He's going into the corner, and Long has got it down. Oh, excellent set-piece move there. Saints moved via Matautia to the stand-off position.
I think he's gone to the television.
Well, yeah, but an excellent move via Matautia to stand-off position. Sucked in that Leeds cover, and the pace out wide. We know what the video referee thinks about that, Mr. John Holsworth.
Listen to what he's going to say, mate. Listen to what he's going to say, and then you come.
Here we see.
Well, this is great offloading in the tackle. The first one is Matautia. He attracts defenders. There's Yestenhaus is dragged in, and there's the offload. Jointy supports again, and again it's another offload. And they look certain to score here. Caldwell does his best, and he backs it. Tony Carroll's done well to get here. Here he goes. Does he go over? Yes, try. Definite try.
Yeah, it certainly looks a try from here, Jonathan. Let's have a look at this again.
Backs his pace. Carroll goes in, touches it there, slides over. Great attempt by Tony Carroll, but that is a good try.
I think Sean Long believes it's a try, and so does everybody else on this ground. Long with this kick right out on the touchline, but not a lot of wind. And Long just awaiting official confirmation. I mean, we've had the confirmation, but referee Russell Smith hasn't yet. And he signalled a try. There it is on the big screen. 4 points for St Helens. And a difficult one here for Sean Long.
I think those girls are going to keep warm.
Another prolific point scorer.
Very difficult kick, you know. It's he's left-footed. He's got to be extremely accurate. He can turn it in.
135 goals for St Helens. He won't add to that. But it's St Helens in the lead, only by 4 points, 10 points to 6. As we said earlier on, a long road to Twickenham.
These are the important offloads in this tackle. He attracts Yestenhaus, so there's one man out. Jointy comes round again, Chris Joynt attracts another centre, Tony Carroll. So there's an overlap. The superb pass there by Tommy Martin again, and all of a sudden there's men over. Tony Carroll, great attempt, doesn't get to him.
It's no wonder, Jonathan, with tries like this, we've had an 8% rise in attendances for the Challenge Cup this year.
There's been some superb matches, and hopefully there'll be a big crowd there tomorrow to watch Bradford and Warrington. You know, everyone's written off Warrington, but it's a semi-final. Anything can happen if they can start as they did against Wigan. Who knows what could happen? They are underdogs, clear underdogs, but you know the support will help them along.
Well, lads.
And if you can't get to the McAlpine Stadium for that half-3 kick-off tomorrow,
Let him up, Barry.
then join
Wait, lads, get off.
us on grandstand tomorrow afternoon. Matautia again. He's been out suspended for the best part of 6 weeks. Only had 20 minutes play on Thursday night in an Alliance game, but he certainly looks fit enough. Chris Joynt. Not the best of passes, think rather knocked out of his grasp, but Saints did well to recover that.
Back
on
to
the
6.
attack. David Furley leading from the front, really been a good buy, this drop forward from the Newcastle Knights down under. Kieran Cunningham, Sculthorpe following him. Could have done with a half-back there alongside him, I think. Cunningham again, piling pressure on this Leeds defence.
3, get back, Leeds, back! Get it!
Sean Long, Tommy Martin, to Hoppy. One or two of the Leeds fans complaining that Hoppy went behind his own men. A bit of crossing. Matautia. Oh, another offload from Matautia. Picked up again by Furley. Shrugs off one man. Gets it out here wide. Oh, he just couldn't get the ball away. Well, he did, but he was picked up by Leeds.
Tommy Martin, bigger advantage.
Tim Yonkers there, looking for the try, but he couldn't get the ball to him.
Tries to offload the tackle. Superb tackle by Mullins there. Takes the hand. And it's good covering. St Helens is on. Dives on the ball.
It's good to see, though, Jonathan, both these sides adventurous in the semi-final.
That's what it's all about, you know. These are great attacking sides, as I've said, and the skills with the ball is superb. They create a lot.
And players who are off the pitch. Peter Shields of St Helens, a very nasty eye injury indeed. It was swollen and virtually closed as he came off the pitch. Now, that's how serious it was. Several stitches are going to be required there. And perhaps even more serious for Leeds Rhinos, Tony Carroll. That hamstring injury has taken him off the pitch. I know that Leeds Rhinos on the bench are hoping that Tony Carroll will be able to get back into this game.
Referee Smith again indicating interference at the play of the ball. Yeah, we see him pushing him down.
Just holding him down.
Get up, B1! Back!
Diskin and Pratt then hoping to open out here now. Well, he's brought the play back into the St Helens pack. I don't think the best of tactics, and another problem there for Cunningham. That would be a big blow as well. So it's a hard, rough, tough semi-final. Harris. Good running by Harris. He's got a gap there. Can he get it across? It's still Leeds ball. Well, one or two had a grasp at it, but it's still Leeds on the attack. Good play by Harris again. Down that short side. The dummy here to Andy Hay. Hey! Oh, he's short. Andy Hay is just inches short. Still Leeds. Harris again. Knockout. An advantage. I don't think half of this team know what's happening here. One man who does is that man, Russell Smith.
Drop a knock, can you see? A knock on. Can't give advantage off that, mate.
No, he's quite right. Once the advantage has been taken, you can't have another advantage.
Here's the first knock on. And they get the ball. Watch, Kieran gets the ball, and then he rips the ball off him, and then goes. I think Kieran thought the whistle had gone. Yeston hadn't, but he said he couldn't play advantage off that.
St Helens with Kevin Iro racing downfield, gets it to Sean Hoppy. He's got Sean Long. He can't get it away. Oh, terrific tackle there from Santiller. Referee looking for the quick play the ball. Paul Sculthorpe. Good tackling. That was good defence from Leeds. Coming in, spotting the danger there at first receiver. Cunningham again. Good long pass to Martin. Paul Newell. Martin again to Chris Joyce. Sage really moving this ball now to Matautia. Good tackle. Oh, and he deserved the congratulations there with McDermott. Long again to Wellens. Walker came in very, very well.
Great tackle there. Read the situation superbly.
Leeds now opening it up. They really have to be fit, lads. Wellens is up.
That's quite equal in the first half. It's been nip and tuck. They've been going at each other. You know, it's been superb. St Helens, that's a little bit different. They've got better field position, but it's so intense.
Harris with the quick tap. Sinfield. Being well policed.
I think Yesson Harris needs more runners around him. He's causing problems, but he seems to be isolated. You know, he's got through there and he got the pass away, but he didn't. The supporter got in the way.
Cleary.
Young Paul Whelan's still feeling the effects of that tackle. It hit him right in the midriff and really knocked the wind out of his sails. He's retreated to the wing just to get his breath back. Sean Hoppy gone to full-back at the moment.
Hoppy, accustomed to the full-back role, has played before. Harris again. Good play down this side. No. I spoke too soon for Sinfield losing the ball and a little bit of argy-bargy between those two. Nothing serious, just making each other's presence known.
Andy, go away, please. Kevin! Let's go back a bit, Sean. Listen to me a minute, you see. Well, an incident further downfield where we've got players with forearms and elbows. Man's tackled on the floor, Kevin. All this game is not going to do any good. All it's going to do is a lot of harm. Listen, have a talk to the players. Keep the forearms out after the tackle.
Warning there from Russell Smith regarding the use of the forearm.
Yeah, I think he was frustrated, Sinfield, because he dropped the ball. Throws a little right in there and then gives him a little facial. And he gets dragged off. And I think Sean Long has got to learn it's not a great position to start a fight when you're on the floor.
I think St Helens should know, though, also, Jonathan, that players can be penalised for dragging players off. But we're back in the action. Tommy Martin, that's a good ball. Wellens takes it. Good covering, good sliding defence there from Leeds. Moving across, following the action. Paul Newlove.
Newlove's been quiet. You know, they haven't given him much ball, so they'll be happy with that.
This man hasn't been quiet. Matautia. Well, not the best of passes. It's brewing up, it's bubbling up. There's a punch up there now between Matautia and Cleary.
Hands off. Away, back away. Back away. Back away.
Now then, I think we'll have a card or two here.
Well, 2-6s, John, on the floor to start with. Billy, 10 minutes. 2-6s to start with, you throw the first punch.
I think Matautia has gone. And maybe if Freary goes well, it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Fair penalty.
He's still got the card in his hand, so he hasn't put it back in his pocket yet.
Yeah, I think he's waiting for Via Matautia
Yeah.
to get off the pitch first.
He's gone as well.
And Darren Cleary is heading for the 10-minute rest. Tempers really rising. We
settle it down.
had Matthew and Nicholson been last year in the corresponding match. So, time to settle down.
Hang on, mate.
This is what it happens. He goes in, the elbow is led a little bit Matautia, but that's okay. And then they just keep on going off the ball. They're both on the floor, the elbow goes in again, a little bit of facial, nothing there. I think it all happens when they get up, a bit of dragging. I wouldn't like to get involved. And then the punching started.
They can't help each other, can they? Down to 12 men then. Jamie Matthew. 5th season at Headingley. Pratt. Clyde.
These are the top tacklers. It's quite evenly mixed there. You got Nickel, Freary and Sculthorpe, 12 and 13 tackles, but
Harris again.
and Yestinghardis is calling men around him. He needs more runners.
Harris, there's a runner. Clyde. Pratt. It's less than 8 minutes remaining. 4 points the difference. And that's Yonkers' ball. Substitute. Saints playing it quickly, wanting a good run down this side. They've got a chance here now with Sean Long. He's got pace. Not got the pace though to outrun the Leeds cover.
Rhino's scrum half, Ryan Sheridan, sideline with an injury. Ryan, you've got to feel now that the side that keeps the cool is going to profit here.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, the game's living up to its expectations. And, you know, it could go either way at the moment.
You feel that just for one or two little things, Rhinos could have had more points on the board?
Yeah, I think both sides are making inroads, you know, and we've been a bit unlucky ourselves. I suppose you could say that for both sides, but, you know, it's looking out to be a real good game.
Thanks, Ryan.
Saints on that fifth tackle, electing to run it. Martin, we desperate to get that ball away. He does, but that's a knock on. Be a handover.
Trying to offload again, Tommy Martin. He knew it was the last tackle.
Leeds, I'm sure, will just steady it down here. I think they'll use the pack. Sinfield.
Oh, he's doing well there.
Good battle between those two, Skulkorp and Sinfield.
Very talented young players.
Sinfield again. Jimmy Matthew. Good play from Leeds though. They used the pack, they used those 5 tackles, and now the kick from Harris puts St Helens on the back foot. 2 minutes remaining. 10 points to 6 for St Helens. Anthony Sullivan coming in for some action. Coming in as a wingman, an acting half-back, trying to put some extra yards between that St Helens try line and the ball. Wellens, good play there from the full-back and the wingman. Sullivan again.
Big set of 6 now for Leeds. They got to try and keep St Helens out just before half-time.
Iro. Oh, well, a little bit of frustration there on Kevin Iro's part. This lad, Chev Walker, looking after him. Okay.
Another 6 for Saints. He tried to offload. He was going into touch. He's going towards the touchline. Two big men there, Walker and Iro. So he knows he's going into touch, offloads it. Very fortunate to get away with it because Chev Walker didn't realise where the touchline was.
Brave effort there too from Chev Walker. That head guard hiding 8 stitches that he picked up last week against Wigan. Terrific tackle there from Harris. You spotted the danger from Sean Long, but Saints again moving it down that left. Chris Joint going for the line. Here's Paul Neal, look now. Oh, I thought he was going to offload it. He's a big man. He takes a couple to put him down. Leeds desperately defending in these seconds before half-time now. Now then, that's a penalty.
I'd go for goal.
To kick for goal. There only 20-odd seconds remaining. No, Saints go for the try. Oh, Martin! Has he got the try? Has he not, Tom? The referee wants to check. There was a ricochet of that ball. I think Martin is confident. If it is a try, what a time to score it. On the stroke of the 40 minutes.
Important try, I think. They've got the try because what's happened? Deflection. Watch this, a deflection from this kick. There's a deflection, takes the pace off the ball and allows. That is a try. I think that's a try from there. He hasn't touched it yet, hasn't touched it. There he goes. Try. Got his hand to it. Is he offside? That's the question again. Sean Long is on the line. Watch it. Definitely onside. He is definitely onside. You just watch the line, the 10-yard line, and he is onside.
I think that's what John Holsworth is looking at. He seems to be happy with the touchdown.
And that's a
just that offside possibility playing on his mind. Everyone looking towards the big screen. And there it is, it's a try. And a vital try for St Helens just before the half-time. Never a better time to score. It doesn't allow the opposition to come back at you.
the deflection. pace of the ball and allows Martin to get there. If he'd have just let it go, I think he wouldn't have got to it. A big try just before half-time.
Sean Long with what should prove, well, an easy conversion attempt. It is. 2 points then from the England and Great Britain half-back. Contentment on those St Helens faces. And a half-time score of 16 points to 6, Jonathan. But still a long way to go.
Long way to go, plenty to play for, and they're not out of it yet, Leeds.
On the bench, the Saints assistant coach Harry Bryant-Harrington. This is looking like a real classic semi-final now, isn't it?
It's been great football, hasn't it? Real great traditional English football. The ball's been getting spun around. It's been great. Really good football.
Do you feel that fortune has just about favoured Saints in this first half?
Well, we've come in pretty strongly. I think the last 10 minutes we've started to grab hold of it a bit, but we can't underestimate Leeds' team, well coached by Dean Lance with Mullins and Clyde in it.
I would guess that discipline is going to be really important now on.
Most definitely, yeah. I guess that's cup-tight football, but because it is cutthroat, isn't it?
Certainly is. Thanks, Harry. Thanks very much.
Said Stuart Cummins. The first try, they showed the wrong replay. Malcolm, are they coming to me? Okay. Right, okay, hang on, I got to speak to Alistair on my mobile, hang on.
Yes, some youngsters I know up there in Braemar in Aberdeenshire who are watching this match in their new replica Saints jerseys, which they were sent them, might just be thinking that the game is all over at 16-6, but somehow I don't think it is. Let me remind them and the viewers that Saints led 12-2 after 40 minutes in the 5th round last year, and Leeds beat them in injury time. Anything can happen, Jonathan, and I think it will.
Yeah, but as Dennis said, I think the Leeds need to score next. It'll be a big lead if Saints score. So I think Leeds have to score. As I said, they are making inroads into the St Helens defence. They just need more runners around Iestyn Harris. I think they've got numbers on the left-hand side, but they just haven't finished off the move. So is anything in it, and discipline and field position will be important.
And I think these first few minutes of this second half, the time possibly best to pick up a try for either side. Let's remember that both Metaltia and Fleary still in the sin bin, so there could be one or two gaps out wide there.
Yeah, well, less numbers on the park, bigger gaps, so it will take a lot of the remaining players on the field. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. This first 20 minutes is vitally important, more so for Leeds, I feel.
40 minutes then to decide which one of these two teams will be the first to be penciled in that programme for Twickenham in the Silk Cup Challenge Cup final next month.
Hands off, get off, look.
No sign of any of that heavy rain that we had this morning. The pitch really dried out now, very good for running underfoot. Leeds now moving it down to those fans. Andy Hay had a good game, this number 11.
Yeah, I think he should have given it there. No, there's a pace on the outside. Chev Walker was there, and there's opportunity to spread it. I know they've created space again.
Pratt, good chance here again for Walker. Oh, he's going for that line. Terrific pass. Just held up. What a game this youngster's having. Still Leeds now, trying to get it across. Pratt diving in. He's dropped it. Has he dropped it or has he got it down?
Have a look at it, John, please.
Referee Russell Smith wants to check on that.
The reaction of the Leeds players thought he had scored. I'm not sure if he thinks he scored. This will be interesting again. Goes for the line. That is a try. That is a try, I think. He puts pressure on the whole back, and as he hits the floor, the foot of Chris Joynt comes in and dislodges the ball. But that is a try. I'm not sure we can see from this angle. I think he's in a great position. Look at him, Smith. You know, he's got to be able to see what he's doing there. He can't be in a better position. I think that's a try. That is a try, and then loses the ball.
It looks as if he gets the ball actually down with pressure on the side of Joynt's boot, and it slides down.
Yeah, I think it's a try. Here we go. Decision has been made.
And it's a try.
And they're back in, as I said, they needed to score first.
And as we said, anything can happen.
And they haven't wasted any time in clawing back.
St Helens looks stunned though.
It's a great run by Chev Walker. He just backs himself. He knows, head down, go low, and in he goes. The try's been given, so if this... Yeah, that's a try. It's been given anyway, but that was a good angle to show.
Yeah, he picked up a couple against Hull in the quarter-final. So one there for Carl Pratt. And Harris just 17 metres in on the far side of the field here from our commentary position. And all is silent at the Leeds supporters' end of the ground. But he's missed it. So, Iestyn Harris not too happy with his kicking form. St Helens in the lead, 16-10.
This is the break. They created overlaps prior to this, but this is great strength. Good covering by Skull for their loose forward. Quick play the ball. That's it. Head down. Go for the gap. Good try.
And a try for each side, Jonathan, either side of half-time. Wild to be down to 12 men.
Yes, but the conversion, the misconversion, you know, that what happens now? They've still got the, you know, they've got to score convert to try to get even with them. So he should have slotted those two kicks.
Sinfield.
Robbie Mears of the Rhinos sidelined with a shoulder injury. Robbie, I don't know what Dean Land said at half-time, but it seems to have worked.
Yeah, the boys are quietly confident, nice and sort of relaxed. They're looking at the bright side of things. As you can see, our first set of 6 in the second half, and they've come out all guns ablaze.
The important thing, I guess, is cutting out the mistakes and keeping your temper now for this game.
Well, that's exactly right. The boys completing the sets is their main focus, and in defence locking up the ball, because St Helens is so well at doing that.
Thanks, Robbie.
No worries.
Cunningham. Looked suspiciously little forward pass there, but no hesitation from Russell Smith. Still that tight defence from Leeds, and especially this lad Sinfield, doing a lot of tackling around the ruck area. Tommy Martin just pushing Calderwood back. to escape the clutches of Newland.
Yeah, he keeps his composure, Colin. He's been under pressure on a couple of occasions. He's done exceptionally well.
There was a time when Leeds, Jonathan, bought very, very heavily into the rugby union world with people like Craig Innes and Fallon and Lewis Jones, Pat Quinn when the Challenge Cup came around, but these days they're breeding their own from a very, very good academy stock.
Yeah, there's a lot of youngsters here, and it's nice to see it happening. But also they've got a good blend now. You've got Bradley, Clyde, Tony Carroll, Mullins, and the youngsters.
And there we see Samoan international, Liam Matanchuk back on the field, and Cleary back on the opposite side. There he is, making the tackle. Trying to.
Paul Wellens is very deceptive, you know, he just doesn't look that quick, but he gets, you know, past players, he runs the ball, he's got good balance.
Good balance.
He's very, very solid, very, very solid.
Away, lads.
Forward pass.
Yeah, bad mistake and frustration again by David Fairley.
Come on, Dave, don't get involved, mate.
Now those little mistakes make a difference.
Chance then for Leeds to take advantage. St Helens not started off well in this second half. Perhaps a little complacency. No such complacency from Leeds. Urgency.
Go on, Andy.
Referee Russell Smith just going here to fix his shots. Rather unusual. Mullins reading it well down the blind side there, pushing that defence across.
They've got to use Mullins and Pratt from the scrum. They've got exceptional pace and they just got to use them. They're not using enough, I don't think.
Hey, St Helens defending then, as they did in the early stages of the first half. Jamie Matthew, good dummy from Matthew there. 5 metres from that Saints line. Harris, good ball. Clyde, oh, he's got strength, but just pushed back there. Martin did well. Sinfield, Harris again. Saints ball. Little bit of indecision there between Harris and Sinfield.
Yeah,
Cunningham.
Lost a little bit of composure.
Oh, strong run there from Sculthorpe. Good to see a forward with a handoff.
Yeah, and back to the lack of composure. What happened there was Jason Harris is the only kicker on this side now. There's no Ryan Sheridan. Mullins doesn't kick off, no Pratt. So if they close him down, it's difficult to get a ball away then.
Interesting to see the number of times St Helens are moving away from the acting half-back position, putting pressure on down there. Chris Joint. Little bit of niggling going on. Martin. Sean Long to Matalcia. He's got some space. He won't have the speed. Long put him in the gap well. We're on the 5th tackle. Saints are running it. Hoppy back to Long. Sculthorpe. Martin. Oh. I think he was in 2 minds whether to put a little grubber kick in there or not.
He's very clever, Tommy Martin. He just keeps everyone thinking. But Cummins spotted the trouble from Fairley and made the tackle.
And just 6 points adrift. This is the stage of the game, I guess, where Leeds Rhinos would welcome the firepower of Tony Carroll, who's on the bench here with that leg injury for the first half. But the word is that Tony is extremely unlikely to play any further part in this game. That is, unless they're really, really desperate.
Well, if that's a hamstring injury, I would agree with you there, Dick. They are very, very painful. It's kicked direct into touch, so it'll be ball back. And St Helens with 6 tackles to come.
Yeah, no pressure on him here. Went for the angle, and I just think that sliced off the side of his foot.
Harris certainly relished playing in the standoff role this afternoon rather than the scrum half role he's had to do. And just look at those runs he's made and the passes. Been very influential in midfield. Young Tim Yonkers, a try scorer against Wigan. David Furley. Saints turn now to apply the... Matthew lying on. That's a penalty, and surely Saints will go for goal.
And that's a big penalty. They will go for goal, and now they'll be 8 points in front.
And really, there was no need to lie on, was there?
No, especially late in attack with and in front of the posts.
Because Leeds seemed to have everything covered. They had men either side of the play the ball. No hesitation from Sean Long. Jonathan Davis said, this penalty goal is psychologically a massive difference. It's there. Leeds now have to score twice. Again, you can see Sean Long's influence, very, very similar to Harris, the runs and the passes. Not too much kicking. Tommy Martin been doing most of the kicking. Good combination there at half-back, and a good combination there on the bench. Ian Millward and his assistants.
Harry Bryan coached me in Australia when I was down there. He's a great character, keeps team spirit very, very high, but very, very conscientious in his work.
The sun coming out a little here at JJB at Wigan. Matautia, he's had a fine game considering he's only had, what, 20 minutes rugby in the last 6 weeks.
Yes, and when he can stay on the field, he's usually quite quite impressive.
His arm's tied in, his arm's tied in.
Situation facing Leeds Rhinos is becoming more obvious. It looks to me as though Dean Lance has sent instructions down to the bench that Tony Carroll should come back at all costs. As you know, there was some doubt about whether he was fit to play, but that's the situation facing Leeds, and Tony Carroll looks as though he's willing to go back.
High kick, it's anybody's ball. Leeds are under it, takes it well.
I think it's a bit of a gamble. It's a hamstring injury is one of these things that doesn't go away, and it's always in the back of your mind. And if he needs a sprint to make a tackle or score a try, you know, it's going to either give on him, and once you get it, you're out for about 6 weeks.
Holding down. A chance then for Leeds to put a good kick in here to mount an attack. Yes, Yonkers pushing down. And suddenly the drums start beating here from the Leeds fans as they near that St Helens line. Jamie Matthew.
This line says 2.
Very much even in the penalties. Harris. Sinfield again. Again, the Leeds fans not welcoming that tackle of Matautia's.
Oh, I don't understand why he does it, to be honest.
Diskin. Oh, superb run here now. He's only got Wallace in front of him. Good tackle. Terrific tackle there from the youngster. Good break there from Matt Diskin. Harris can't get that ball away. Well spotted there by the St Helens cover.
Yeah, I thought he was offside. He was playing advantage there, but he was clearly offside. Came off the line exceptionally quick and covered. Yes, and Harris in the tackle. A superb play by Diskin. Pity again, it's the support where they need to improve. It was a great try to the support in the first time, and now they've got to keep it going.
Leeds need some points here from this set of 6. Pratt. Brett Mullins coming up now on the attack. Leeds really do need an injection or two from that Aussie fullback. Harris. Saints packing around the ruck area, 3 or 4 forwards either side. Oh, good run there! Oh yeah, Kevin Sinfield, the dummy on the short side, completely fooled everybody. And Leeds are back in contention again. This cup tie really ebbing and flowing. 18 points to 14 here now. The conversion attempt to come. Just look at the cheek on that lad.
That was all about dummy running again. If you look at the dummy runners, he just holds Matautia up. That is the key to that try, and the gap opens up.
And St Helens had packed 2 or 3 forwards around that play of the ball. They were looking to provide a wedge there, as they should do when they get near the line. But it opened up. Now then, a very important attempt here from Harris. Not the easiest of kicks either. Sun shining. Hardly any wind. Oh, that's a better one. That's good. That's 2 points straight between the uprights. The flags are high, not only from the touch judges, but in that Leeds section of fans. And suddenly again, we have a 2-point difference. 18-16.
If you watch it there, if you hold it there, this is the important guy. What happens is, he comes on this angle here and holds him up and allows then Sinfield to go through the gap and score there. Here he goes, dummy run, holds Matautia up, bang, just cuts him up, and that's it. Superb dummy, good dummy running.
So back, Tommy, come on, Tommy!
Leeds with 2 tries from the youngsters, Pratt and Sinfield in the second half. Checking the game to St Helens. Oh, and he did well to get that ball in midfield, and he took 4 to 5 St Helens defenders across 30. Only Leeds could have got that ball. Well, he doesn't look too happy with those 2 tries, but I'm sure deep down inside he knows that Leeds are back in contention.
Yeah, and they've got numbers on the right.
And they're playing to the right. Pratt. Harris steps inside, beats 2 men. Oh, he's got a gap here. Can he get it to Pratt? Yes, he does. Newland gets across well. Another one of the injured. Sinfield. Oh, that's a towering kick. That's a difficult one. Well taken. Just gets across that line. He stepped back over into the in-goal area to take it, so Saints have to play the ball from that area.
Very, very good take. Very good take.
Sean Hoppy running well. But Leeds sense that here is their chance. Kevin Iro, giant of a centre. No player more experienced than this lad at Wembley.
Very dangerous when he comes across field.
Joint. It needs a captain to lead from the front now. Chris Joint and Harris. Tommy Martin. Oh, well stopped. Good stop there by Calderwood. Mullins. Quite a lot of missed tackles there for a game of this intensity.
Yeah, there's been a lot of missed tackles. Maybe more by Leeds percentage-wise, but I think it's such a quick open game. There's a lot of talented players. Sometimes because the skill level of some of these players that you're off balance and you can't make the tackle.
And I think that's the beauty of the British game over the game down under. You know, I think we are more focused on attack. Home. Knock on. Play on. Play on.
Let him on, Easton. 0.
Leeds missing a chance there. Sean Long. And suddenly St Helens seem to have lost their momentum. 1 or 2 of the forwards just wondering, I think, where they placed. Hurley, it needs 1 or 2 big charges from these men. Here it is. That was not back.
In front.
Yeah.
Can't play, you're in front.
Yeah, that was accidental, I feel. Very.
Off Carl Pratt to Easton
He
Harris.
was offside. Watch this now. He gets the ball. Carl Platt touches it, and Yeston's just in front. That's instinctive. You're not gonna not go for the ball.
No, you have to take it, don't you? You have to take it.
The worrying thing about that would worry Leeds at the moment is the fact that Newlove hasn't scored a try yet. He usually scores tries in most matches. Joint hasn't been very influential today. Neither has Newlove, so they're bound to come into the game sometime.
In fact, the ball has hardly gone across to that left wing of Newlove and Sullivan. But here are St Helens on the attack with the substitution of John Stankovic, fresh young man, ex-Goldmoon amateur player. Cunningham tries to shrug off 2 or 3 tackles, but they held him well there. They're well aware of Cunningham. Picked up a couple of tries against the London Broncos last week. Long, good ball out wide. Hoppy's got a chance on the side there. Good tackling again, good covering. 2 metres from that Leeds line. Long again. Ooh.
Oh, get off it!
Again a good tackle.
Very good feet by Stankovic.
Long again. They've got an overlap on this side. Good ball to Wellens. Can Wellens get over? He's squeaking. Oh, he's just handled. Again, good defence there by Leeds. The ball out wide to Newlove. Is he in the corner? I have a feeling that Newlove is in the corner.
Time, please.
It will depend on the touch judge. If he is, you're a mind reader, Jonathan.
I'm in the wrong business, Ray. Does he get it down? Does he? Joint, good eyes. Calderwood does. Campbell goes for the interception. Does he hit the flag? Does he get the ball down? Try. Definite try.
I think the sheer
Here we
strength
go.
of the man.
Bang. Try. Just want to be sure, I think.
Yeah, he does well to hold off the tackler.
Calderwood, the winger, went for the interception.
Yes, it looks a try. St Helens then huddled in the middle, waiting to see, as is everybody on this ground. And it's a try for Paul Newlove. His 108th in St Helens colours, and a very, very important one.
Still there, John.
Leeds regrouping, having a word as to what happened. Both sides actually using the blind
Still
side
there,
well on
John.
that
This is
short
the
side
sound
for 2 tries. Sean Long. Out wide on this touchline. He will be looking to this to really put that vital 8 points difference between the 2 sides. Down. Just across the face of the post. Saints then in the lead, but just that 6 points the difference. St Helens 22, Leeds 16.
This is the important guy. He makes a decision to come in. If he gets the ball, it's great. If he doesn't, it's a try. He doesn't get the interception. Ball goes to Newlove. He scores.
Referee Russell Smith not happy with a quick kick-off. That's a good kick from Harris, putting a lot of height on, but it's not a good chase. He put the height on that ball to allow his forwards to get underneath it, but I'm afraid the Leeds forwards just didn't quite race up there. Stankovic, he's lost the ball.
Bad mistake. If you put in a high kick, sometimes I think that it's the back line that should chase the ball, not the forwards, because they are quicker to get to the when there is a good hang time.
Well, these forwards don't scrummage these days, so I think they should be chasing just as much. Gone are the days when you had 60-odd scrums in a game. Leeds. Diskin. Harris again. Probing, prodding everywhere, bringing Cummins in. Good sidestep from Cummins, but a good tackle from Newell. But on the fifth tackle. Pratt, little grubber kick. Oh, here's a chance! Now then, I think Mullins has got down there! Superb little grubber kick! Took St Helens by surprise!
Offside.
Took the referee by surprise! Is it a try?
I think he wants to see if he's onside and if he's grounded it. One thing, this guy is usually great in timing his run. He's definitely onside. I can see from there he's onside. He's got tremendous pace and positioning. And does he get his left hand? That's the bird eye view. Here he goes. Does he get there? I'd say that's a try. He's got his left hand on it. I'd give that as a try. He's got a ball. Yeah, that's a try. I would say that's a try. He's definitely onside. He did this regularly for Canberra with Ricky Stewart. This is the grounding. That's it. I would say that's a try.
Well, he's certainly got downward pressure going down on there. Well, as we said, anything can happen, and anything is. There are many twists and turns in this Challenge Cup tie. What a semi-final! It's a try, and suddenly a chance of being all square. Leeds fans' hopes up again.
This is good play. He just hangs behind him. He knows what he's going to do. The full back.
Brett Mullins, his third try in Leeds colours in 6 appearances. Harris looking for the 2 points that will level the scores, all square, 22 each. What a final quarter in prospect. There we see that little rubber kick. And Mullins just gets that left hand there. Conditions perfect for running rugby now. Bradley Clyde, no problems with that hamstring that's curtailed his appearances at Headingley this season. Fleary.
No doubt about the size of the stakes of this game now for Leeds Rhinos. Tony Carroll, who they were very reluctant to put back on, is ready to return to the game. It was obvious that in the try scored earlier by Leeds, the pressure was off, and that they thought that Tony Carroll could sit the rest of the game out. But with the scores level at 22 each now, he's got a part to play.
They're certainly creating space on an overlap on the left-hand side. And he won't be happy with not taking that ball. He should have taken it.
And Ian Milward doesn't look too happy at that score. I think 1 or 2 sloppy tries given away by St Helens, and there's an indication of the pressure that Leeds have put on that St Helens line.
Yes, they're certainly in the better of the second half, and although they're playing catch-up rugby, they're doing it exceptionally well. I think Tony Carroll has just come back on. I think that is a gamble. If there is a question mark on his hamstring, that could give. When he's defending, when he's attacking, maybe not as bad, but...
Well, if that is a real genuine hamstring injury, if I was the St Helens captain, I'd get that ball to Newell and let him have 1 or 2 runs at him. A big gamble there from Dean Lance, and this is exactly what's happening. There is Newell, and he steps right past him. But good cover Good cover from Leeds, but here to St Helens again. Long, superb kick across the line. Saints are up for it. And so are Leeds.
Superb kick, superb kick. You watch Cummins here, he times his run to perfection. And that just shows how Leeds have kind of dictated possession. They've used it far better than St Helens. That's his hamstring.
Very heavily strapped. I think Dean Lance will be looking for one powerful burst, one last burst perhaps, a try-scoring burst from that lad. But it's a risk. McDermott.
With only 10 minutes left as well, it's again field position, and also it's all about going for the field goal.
Leeds looking to take St Helens by surprise on the sixth tackle now, running it out down the left. Saints now using the short side. Long. Sean Long again. To Sculthorpe. Martin. Joint. Can't get it away. Good tackling there though. Well, nothing wrong with Tony Cavills like that. Anthony Sullivan. No way through for St Helens. They've had 4 tackles there. They've not made 5 metres. This is better from Cunningham. Taking the direct route to Long. Good pass. Iro. Can't get away though. Good cover.
Walker did well again.
Well taken. Very well taken by Collingwood. I must say, Jonathan, I've been very, very impressed by these lads from the Leeds Academy squad.
Yeah, shown a lot of composure.
Come on!
This Leeds side responding to that brass band up there in the grandstand. Less than 13 minutes remaining, and of course, no replay into extra time if the scoreline stays the same.
As I said, the field goal, you've got great exponents of the field goal. Again, they've got overlaps.
Harris. Mullins looking dangerous, coming up more and more into that line now. This is the time when one or two of these players will begin to tire, and a lot of the substitutions already been used.
The sun is definitely in Sean Hoppy's eyes at the moment, so I think a good up and under into that corner will be difficult.
And Saints' Chris Joint, this game has really taken the toll on him. He took a bang on the head in a tackle earlier on. He was doubtful before the game with an ankle injury, and certainly exhaustion has taken him off the field as much as anything else. A valiant performance by Chris Joint.
Cunningham. Well, in these next 12 minutes, it may not be Joint, but one player could possibly hit the headlines tomorrow. It needs one try, one goal. Long, certainly a man who has the pace to do something. Hoppy can't quite keep his feet on that 5th tackle, and Saints still haven't got out of that 20-metre area. Oh, good long kick. Superb effort from Tommy Martin. Now then, was that a 40-20? The referee is looking to Mr. Holdsworth.
It was a 40-20. I know. You look at him. He's there. He stayed in the 40, didn't run, so he's inside. That's a 40-20. That could be a vital kick in this match.
Yeah, I think we should explain to one or two of our viewers who may not be too conversant with the rules that a 40-20 kick, a kick from within your own 40-metre area, going into the 20-metre area, gives the ball to the attacking side. So, 10 metres from that Leeds line. Saints head and ball. And Saints reverting to the move that brought a try in the first half. Matautia in the standoff role. There he goes. He's crashing it again. Well, that's a good tackle.
Superb tackle.
Well read by Mullins. Saints on the attack now. Wellens looking for a try. 5 metres from that Leeds line. Using that blind side. All power from Saints there, but again, oh, Newland's almost over that line. Can't get over. His momentum hadn't been stopped. Just look at the Leeds defenders there around Cunningham, expecting him to go. Long, going for the line. Oh, just a last-ditch tackle there. Tremendous effort there from Bradley Clyde. Saints on the attack. Here's a chance to Martin. He's over. And Tommy Martin is over. Mr. Smith wants another check.
Sure, the man had possession before it hit the deck. I thought
Is that Tommy Martin's second try of the afternoon? But again, we'll have to consult the video referee, Jonathan.
He thinks he's lost possession. He thinks he's lost possession.
Just regain possession before it hits the floor.
That's not a try. That's superb refereeing. And that is a lesson for any youngster watching the match. You've got to hold the ball in two hands. That could have cost St Helens a spot in the final.
Well, I think Tommy Martin knows that. He certainly knows that. He had that ball crooked under the arm and he lost control of it. You must have the downward pressure on it, and it wasn't there. That could have taken St Helens through to Twickenham. It's no try, it's a restart for Leeds.
And very, very interesting as well. The guy he ran round was Tony Carroll. The pass beats Tony Carroll. Watch him. This is the pass here. There's Tony Carroll. Gets on the outside of number 3, Tony Carroll. He's got both hands clear. He should carry the ball in two hands. Loses possession.
Just sheer instinct, I think, there from the referee, Russell Smith.
Great refereeing. He wasn't sure. He thought he'd lost the ball. Most people would have given the try in the ground.
9 minutes remaining. Extra time beckoning. 22 points each. Leeds making the way slowly up to that St Helens half. Matt Diskin. Matautia back on the field. This last few minutes for David Furley. A kick just to put the pressure on St Helens. Wellens doing well there, going into the first receiver position, allowing those forwards to get back. Matautia just needs something straight and direct. Cunningham. Leeds really moving up very, very quickly into the tackle here, stopping St Helens' natural flowing play down the blind side. And again a good tackle there coming in out wide. Play on.
Flying into
Yonkers still
now.
gets that ball away.
They're flying into tackles now, Ray, but they've got great ability to offload the St Helens side, so they've got to be careful of the Leeds boys.
On the fifth tackle. Tommy Martin. That's a good kick, puts pressure on the youngster there. Calderwood, oh, he passes with the ease of a mature player. Mullins now opening out down that side. Again a good cover tackle. Twists and turns.
That was a try-saving tackle there, because if he'd have hit the hole, he would have gone centimetre to score that try.
7 minutes remaining. Which one of these two sides will be in the 100th Silk Cut Challenge Cup final? Sinfield.
Barry McDermott's just
Dermot
walked off.
problem. Pratt, what a good game he's had. And so is this man Harris. But Saints cover moving up quickly now. Tony Carroll. A brave effort from the centre. Harris again.
Very sensible play.
Just well, Wellens judging it well. Just rolling dead. So tap on the 20-metre line. McDermott receiving attention. Looks painful.
I think he's going to have a few stitches in that as well.
I don't think he'll be bothered if Leeds win. The victory is a great healer. 6 minutes remaining. St Helens 22, Leeds 22.
And that could be costly.
Not the best of times to give a penalty away. Cunningham with a quick tap. Good pass out wide too. Iro. Shrugs off a couple of tacklers. He's got space. Just can't get rid of Sinfield.
I think they've got to go for a field goal if they don't score a try here. 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes left. I think they need to get something on the board.
Cunningham to Long. That's good covering. Sculthorpe. Leeds again, moving up very, very quickly. St Helens keeping play around the middle here. Will they be going for a drop goal? Tommy Martin is, and he's got it! Tommy Martin, well, he may have dropped the ball, but he's dropped the goal. Terrific riposte there from Tommy Martin. But let's not forget, it's just 1 point different, and with 5 minutes left.
Yes, did it early in the tackle. Not a lot of pressure on him, so it was an easy kick. He got into position, he just offloaded prior to that tackle to get up and get into a good position. See,
and all those people leaping out of the seats tell the story. 1 minute the villain, now the hero. 4.5 minutes remaining. St Helens on their way to Twickenham. No, it's Leeds ball surely here. That's a bad kick-off from St Helens' point of view. Ian Millward has left his seat in the stand. He can't bear the tension. Farrell. St Helens with 5 tackles to defend here. Harris, that's a good ball out wide there now. They've got a 2-1. Terrific handoff there from the youngster, from Walker. 4 minutes remaining, 1 point the difference. Saints tackling for dear lives. Pratt to Sinfield. 3 tackles remaining. Diskin. Harris. Well, he had an overlap out wide. St Helens defence coming out very, very well there, cutting down the options. Leeds having to experiment with a couple of back passes.
You've got to go in midfield.
Mullins. Is Harris going for the drop goal himself? Oh, a beautiful run from Harris! Oh, Sculthorpe has intercepted again. But all credit to Yasin Harris. He had to gamble. He had to put a pass out.
But the support wasn't there again. The dummy kick. Just good play by Yasin Harris. But the support, they needed someone on his shoulder. He'd made the initial break.
St Helens, what we have we hold. Less than 3 minutes remaining, taking it away from the acting half-back. Just absorbing the time, watching that clock tick down. Good break again. Oh, a terrific run there from the front row forward Furley. St Helens now down this side. Oh, I don't think Martin realised the overlap he had. Play on to Anthony Sullivan, still on 5. That's the handover.
They'll have a chance now. They've 2.5 minutes left. They've got to go upfield.
2.5 minutes remaining. 50 metres between Leeds and the try line. The drums are beating. The hearts are beating. Sinfield, crunching tackle there from Sean Long. St Helens leading by 1 point.
They're taking a long time to get organised, the Leeds side. They've got to get organised quickly.
2 minutes. Harris. That's a good ball to Carroll. Has he got the strength to do it? Good tackle. 2 tackles remaining. Ian Millward can hardly bear to watch. Sculthorpe lurking again. Ooh, look to hesitate. Forward pass. Here's a chance for Leeds out wide. Walker coming in. Oh! Terrific effort. We're on the 5th tackle. Surely one last kick. Diskin going for the line. Oh, he's held up. He'll hand over.
That's a bad mistake by Diskin. A very bad mistake. He should have tried to offload and gone for the drop goal. They've got 2 opportunities now, and they've missed both.
Back, forget it.
60 seconds remaining, just over. Surely St Helens will play through the 6th. Surely they'll not pass this ball from the acting half-back position. 23-22. What a contest between these 2 great rugby league sides. A credit to the 2 coaches, Dean Lance and Ian Millward. Sullivan. He knows that Leeds somehow have to get possession. Cunningham.
They've got to try and steal. They've got to go for a steal because it's going to be a good kick on.
Still, Saints driving relentlessly forward, and that's a good 5 tackles.
I think they'll try and go the kick over the touchline. I think that's what they'll try and do.
It's Martin with the kick. Tommy Martin going through. Good ball inside. Now then, Yonkers. Can he get it away to Sean Long? Here's a chance for St Helens, and St Helens are going in for a try. Paul Sculthorpe. Wonderful reply at the end, and that's what it means to coach Ian Millward. Magnificent effort from St Helens. They couldn't get the kick in, and that's what it means to Dean Lance. Despair and agony, but joy for the men in red and white.
This is great play. Last tackle, everyone's expecting the kick. Tommy Martin, the support play is very, very good. Yonkers is there, he just steps aside, offloads again, and this is a good pass as well. Sculthorpe just throws it, and he knows they're going to Twickenham. It just shows they should have gone for the field goal. Disky's mistake, they could have been going into extra time now, and this is the penalty that they paid. Great offloads, good support play, and it's a lovely try for Sculthorpe. He started the afternoon scoring, and he'll finish it.
Yeah, I think those St Helens fans know now that they're on the way to Twickenham, and they avenge those defeats by Leeds in the last 2 Challenge Cup tournaments. All credit to Ian Millward, first win in a semi-final over the Yorkshire club, and a unique treble now in prospect for this Saints side. No goal, but there's the hooter. No more time, it's all over. St Helens are the winners, 27 points to 22, and I'm sure if the Bradford and Warrington game tomorrow afternoon is anything like this, then I'd start queuing up at the McAlpine now. Terrific action, Jonathan.
I just think it's a fantastic advert for rugby league. 2 tremendous sides, and it was a brilliant game. All excitement, you know, there was a big tackling, superb try support plays, and whoever wins Bradford or Warrington tomorrow, they know they're in for a tough encounter at Twickenham in the final.
Well,
and hopefully tomorrow's game will be as exciting as this, because it went to the last minute to see who was going to go through and win it. But I think deservedly so. St Helens, they took their chances, took the field goals, and they're going to Twickenham.
Well, Saints march on to Twickenham for that 100th Cup final. They competed, ironically, in the first final way back in 1897 against Backley, and now they're back for the 100th. But oh, it could have been so much Leeds game, and all credit to these youngsters of Walker and Calderwood. They really turned up trumps, didn't they?
Yeah, they've got a great future in the game, and Leeds will be disappointed. But I felt it was just a lack of composure, and maybe no Ryan Sheridan there. They didn't set themselves up for a kick, the drop ball, to take it into extra time, because they were looking the strongest.
Yep, the Saints fans very, very nervous towards the end when Tommy Martin lost the ball.
the match. Congratulations, Kieran Cunningham. Kieran, I guess you've not been involved in too many games that were quite as tense as that one.
No, we're still stinging from a couple of, the last 2 years Leeds have knocked us out of the cup, and it's come to a big game like this, and like Ian said, we've got a lot of pain against Leeds, and this time we've done it. We're there at Twickenham, and that's what we've aimed for. It's a dream come true for us.
You got the man of the match award, but what about Tommy Martin? I mean, there was that vital try, it seemed, just before half-time, and then the drop goal. Cool stuff, eh?
Oh, I take the accolades. I've took the man of the match award, but it was a team effort today. The money that I get off this will be going behind the bar after Twickenham, and we'll have a good drink on it. But all I can say is thanks to everybody in my team. It's been a great day today, and we're going to enjoy tonight, and then we'll see you at Twickenham.
I mean, what do you think when Tommy's drop goal went over? There was still 5 minutes to go then. It was a bit touch and go, really, wasn't it?
Well, to be truthful, I read the clock wrong. I thought there was only a couple of minutes left, and then when we was running back, I seen that there was 5 minutes left, and then it was a big decision. We held them out, we defended like Trojans, and we come up trumps in the end.
Congratulations, Kieran. Well done. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
We ready? Yeah. Okay. Ian, I guess from a coach's point of view, I mean, games like that must actually shorten your life, mustn't they?
Oh, I reckon. Yes, certainly. Yeah, it was a hard stopper. Once again, great advocate for rugby league, wasn't it?
I mean, but Leeds came back ferociously second half. You must then have thought that maybe it was just getting a bit beyond you.
Yeah, well, they've been the last 2 Challenge Cup finals, so they're a very good team, and they've won one of them. So we're playing against quality today. They were never going to lie down, and I knew my guys wouldn't.
I guess Tommy's drop goal at that point was inevitable, but there was still 5 minutes to go. I mean, there was a lot in it, wasn't there?
Yeah, he did it the hard way, Tommy, didn't he? He likes to entertain you. We could have wrapped it up with a try, maybe, but he's a very talented player, isn't he?
Heroes of the game. I mean, Kieran got the man of the match award, but Chris Joynes, I thought, absolutely played himself to a standstill.
Yeah, I thought Dave Fairley was outstanding too. Led from the front. We had 17 heroes. We had a very bad incident with Peter Shirls, which was a big loss to us. And everyone there was there to see it for the game. That's the only negative out of the game for rugby league. The positive for rugby league, it was a great game. Positive for St Helens, we won.
Yeah. And so let's look at the final now. I guess it's going to be Bradford, is it?
I wouldn't have a clue, mate. All I know is that we're in a Challenge Cup final, and I got my parents coming over from Australia. I'm looking forward to it.
Congratulations, Ian. Well done.
Okay,
Thanks very much.
Ian.